still, basically, do you have some tips that you can give them for, because there's such a small amount of times for them, most of the time people would work 8 to 5 and, they see their kids only nights and weekends, basically. So is there any tips that you can give us to be able to raise our kids in a G-rated?
Yes.
These moms?
Yes. I would say, whether you're a working mom or you're home with your kids all the time, the statistics show that you have a huge influence on your children. Granted, they might be gone from you a little bit, but still, when the kids look to someone, they're going to look to their parents. That's what the statistics say. That's right. You're still the mom and the dad. And so, I think you need to just be, first of all, you need to be intentional. You need to be focused, and I'm a big I have a planner, and I'm really big about that because they say that if you'll just take the time to plan a few things out, it's going to make your life so much easier. I mean, we all know that, okay, it makes the mornings a lot easier with our kids if they're going to school, and we're all going to work if we lay everything out the night before, so we're not scrounging around the last minute. That's just planning and thinking ahead. So I think you need to decide, okay, what can I do to help my child, and make a list, say, what can I do to build trust? What can I do to build some reliability? What can I do to be predictable? They need to know that, even though maybe I'm gone to work, that, when we come home, we're going to have time together, and I'm still going to invest that time in them. So I think you just have to, you have to focus, and I think you have to be intentional, and you have to have a plan, and you have to work by your plan, because if you don't work by your plan, there's always things coming up in life, and before long you'll turn around and it'll be too late.
You're making my husband so happy right now. You have no idea. Time is the big thing.
It is, quality time. That's right.
Be intentional on your time, but also have not just, being there, but not really there with them, I guess.
That's right. And I would say, too, as far as languages of love, I think that's a huge thing because that's going to help the relationship with your children, and that's going to help to develop that predictability and that trust and that reliability. And so, I don't know if you're familiar with those. Gary Chapman wrote a book called The 5 Love Languages, and it's like we all receive and give love in different ways. There are 5 of them. There's words of affirmation, just words of encouragement. Some kids and some people, that's how we feel loved, is when somebody tells us we did a great job. Then there's also quality time, and that's like undivided attention, where you just give a person their undivided attention. There's giving gifts. Some people they feel so loved whenever they've been given a gift. And acts of service is another one, like doing something for someone. And then the final one is physical touch. We know our children, whether we're working or not. The more we know them, we know what they like, we know what makes them feel loved. That's going to develop a great relationship with them. And if you develop a great relationship with your kids, they're going to want to be like you. And so if you'll work on your life, they're going to want to follow that example.
Does discipline influence how to raise a G-rated kid? Does it make a big difference?
I think it definitely does, because first of all, discipline provides security for kids. They really want to know where the boundaries are, because that makes them feel safe. And so one of those things you're trying to establish in their lives is that trust and that predictability and reliability, that they can just rely on you. So if they know that they're not supposed to run up, jump on the couch, and every single time you enforce that with them, you're going to build trust, you're going to build predictability, they're going to know where you stand. And so the hardest thing for a parent, of course, with the discipline is the consistency of it.
That's what I was saying. You have to be consistent, and
that's right.
I admit,
yes, it's hard. It's hard, and especially, life is so busy.
Is there any way that we can keep touch, or are you giving tips out there, or do you have a website or anything?
Actually, I do. I have a blog, and it's KarenBlankenshiplive.com, and it's sort of a random blog of just all the different things. I'm involved in a lot of different things. I teach. I'm an adjunct professor at a college, and I work a lot with my city in city government, and I'm real involved in my church. I'm a campus director, and so the blog, and as well as I speak about team building and about raising kids on a regular basis. So you can follow me on my blog, and I will just post just random little stories about that. I've also got a couple books that are just about to be published. One of them is called Bits and Pieces, which is stories about raising my kids.
Oh, well, that's exciting.
So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and can you repeat your blog again?
Yes, KarenBlankenshipLive@gmail.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Karen.
You're welcome.